Welcome back to another episode of the Body, Mind, Strong podcast, where we talk all things life, fitness, and health. My name is Renee, your host and integrated fitness coach. My mission with Body, Mind, Strong is to help you achieve your life, health, and fitness goals and maintain long-term success by giving you the proper tools through online fitness training, health, wellness, and behavioral coaching. We're rolling along on episode 38 today, which I want to discuss another research study review by Dr. Bill Campbell on underestimating calorie intake, and then how to check in with yourself to see if you're doing it too. This review intrigued me as I've noticed for years with my own clients that more often than not, when discussing their food intake, they have a tendency to overestimate how much protein they're actually getting and underestimating their total fat and carb intake. Now, where those macros should lie on the percentage scale will vary from person to person, but it is very important to know the accuracy of the macros, which does equate to accuracy of calories. It is especially important to know this if you're struggling to lose weight. Thus, the clients who are guesstimating their calorie and macro intake are also telling me their struggles with fat loss and claims they have a slow metabolism. The following research article actually addresses this issue. Okay, now the article I'm referring to comes from Dr. Bill Campbell out of Florida and is a monthly research review called Body by Science. If you've never heard of Dr. Campbell, I would definitely check him out. I have been following him for about a couple years now, and I like how science-based his information is and how he presents the information. Which makes sense, considering he is a professor of exercise science at the University of South Florida and is the director of the Performance and Physique Enhancement Laboratory. I have some of his links in the show notes, so check him out. Side note, if you want to hear the other research study review I did of his, check out episode 33. The study reviewed is discrepancy between self-reported and actual calorie intake and exercise in obese subjects. I'll leave the link for the study in the show notes. Here is a very brief description of the study. The study came from the New England Journal of Medicine and is considered a landmark study, which means it is of high quality design that reports new insight of great importance with its respective research area. The purpose of the study was to evaluate the accuracy of the claims of having hypometabolism, i.e. a very slow metabolism, as to why people are unable to lose weight even though they are on a 1,200 calorie per day diet. The individuals who were studied included 90 participants, both male and females, who had a body mass index of 27 or greater and who had no apparent health issues. The time involved was 14 days. These participants were divided into two groups, the control group and the failure group. The ones in the failure group were there because they made twice as many attempts to lose weight than the ones in the control group. They also contributed their obesity more to genetics and metabolic factors than the control group. The variables they evaluated and compared included total energy expenditures, self-reported food intake, self-reported physical activities, and body composition. For the self-reported food intake, the participants were not responsible for recording calories, but rather estimating the volume or amount of food that they ate for the 2 weeks. The researchers also did a mini test within this program, which involved participants from both groups and evaluated their accuracies in estimating portion sizes of their food intake. Here are the results. The failure group exhibited the same amount of daily energy expenditure as the control group. For the self-reported physical activities, the participants in the failure group reported 250 more calories burned than what they actually did. Now, as for the self-reported food intake, what do you think? Yep, they were eating more than they thought. On average, the participants were eating a little over 1,000 calories more than they were estimating. That's a huge discrepancy. As for the mini tests they did, the failure group estimated an intake of about 20% less calories than they actually ate, which the control group actually overestimated their intake by about 12%. So the failure group didn't think they were eating as much as they did, while the control group thought they ate more than they really did. Crazy, right? I know. Now, this does not mean I think you have a normal metabolism, even though you're struggling to lose weight, nor does this include those who are going through hormone changes. i.e. menopause, as we know there's a correlation between hormones and metabolism. Nor does this apply to those with certain health issues which makes losing weight difficult or are on some type of medication which weight gain is the side effect. The reason for this podcast is if you are struggling to lose weight and you have no apparent health issues which may be impacting your progress, let's do some ruling out and start with the simple step of checking the accuracy of your food intake. Like I said earlier, estimating fat and carbs and overestimating proteins is very common. So if it's that common, imagine how common estimating calories can be off. In addition to tracking your own calories, start tracking your physical activities, which includes not just exercise, but your daily movements like walking, cleaning, fidgeting, etc. Hopefully, tracking these two things will help you adjust accordingly and restart your fat loss journey. If not, and you still struggle with deciphering the results and would like some guidance, then hit me up. I would love to work with you and help you get on the right track. As for my description of the study, I know I kept it super short. So, if you're a research geek like me and want the full story, the information for the study is in the show notes, and I would also recommend checking out Dr. Campbell's Body by Science. The info is in the show notes as well. Alrighty then, if you have any other questions for me, life, health, and fitness topics you would like to request, or are interested in working with me on your life, health, and fitness journey to healthier, happier, stronger you, please feel free to contact me at renee@bodymindstrong.com. I hope you found this information to be useful, and if so, please click the subscribe button or tell someone else about this podcast. I would very much appreciate it. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Stay tuned for more episodes on helping you create a healthier, happier, stronger life for yourself, and make sure you're doing at least one thing today that will get you one step closer to one of your goals. Have a great day.